While this guy was still in packaging, I already had an inkling that I'm going to have a quality control issue with this figure. And yes, when I took it out of box, so we have the waist and that wobble on the waist. But when you turn the figure around, so I've been playing with this figure already for 5 minutes, trying to figure out whether this waist is going to break on me. But with further articulation, it seems not to break at all. I guess it's just a QC issue in production, wherein the pieces are just I don't know, is it the joint that's inside that is not too stabilized or well placed, that this piece tends to really annoy me like hell. I was already pleased that of the 7 figures, I was expecting this to really deliver, but yeah, that is disappointing, this waistline. That. So as to the lifetime of the figure, I think that is going to be an issue later. So what other accessories does this figure come with? So just an extra pair of hands, actually fisted hands. So the hands that came in package with this figure is the relaxed or splayed hands, and the thing or build-a-figure piece that comes with this are the correction points for the wings of the Falcon Captain America. So let's discuss features of this action figure. So what are you getting? So of course, extra pair of hands, and if you're interested in that build-a-wing piece, then yeah, get the whole wave. But if you're just interested in this vision, let's talk about the vision. Okay. So aside from this area, which I have as a QC issue or production issue, I really don't know. Overall, this figure is all white. So if you're planning to do paint a vision later, so if you want this action figure to be in all rainbow colors, or just paneline this figure, because this figure, aside from the body is textured, it's heavy with panelines. So if you want just to accentuate the panelines, to make the white portions really stand out, because the white portions are textured. So if you, I guess you paint these panelines, it's going to be really good looking. So that's it. So this is just like paper, it's plain white, it's like bond paper white. So it's waiting to be waiting or screaming to be painted or customized. Okay, so other QC issues that I have with this figure are those really wide gaps on the diaphragm joint. Wow, you could really look into the innards of the figure. Wow, that's just too wide. Okay, and this for the cape is transparent. That's given, of course. I hope that they had just covered this. It's not actually hope, but I just wish that when they were making this figure, they would have painted this area over here is all white, it stops over here. They should have painted up to this point to cover that cape hole, because actually this whole cape is secured by that peg and that hole on that figure, because the front piece of the cape actually is not attached to the figure. That's it, it's floating. So the securing piece is only that part over here. So this would have been a really nice looking figure if that hole was not peeking through. It's a ginormous hole on the back of the figure. Yeah, it looks like the vision was shot from behind with a large caliber weapon, and the projectile passed through the front of the figure, went in here, passed through here. Okay, so aside from the very heavy texturing of this figure, the gauntlets are of different white color, so it's not actually a match for the rest of the body. So this is something like a cream color for the gauntlets, the forearm gauntlets, same color with the shin guards. Yeah, and that's nice. That's a nice touch, because it provides at least accent to the figure. The also noteworthy part of what Hasbro did was to really paint the eyeballs, because they could have just given us a really plain white vision and skipped on painting that part. But what I don't like is they could have done better with this blue piece. Instead of just painting it light blue, they could have just maybe placed something over there to really accentuate a gem piece for the vision, instead of just having a really plain looking blue on the forehead. But for the forehead, not forehead, but for the head of the figure, you won't be disappointed with the amount of details that are on it. So really nice head sculpt actually. So this guy is waiting to be customized. So this is a canvas vision. Okay, let's discuss long-term ownership of this figure. So I'm foreseeing a problem with this joint over here, that I'm going to have a two-piece vision later on, because that joining piece is I hope it doesn't break on me. Now, the body of the figure actually is made of nice hard plastic, but the joints for the elbow pieces, those pieces where the point of my X-Acto knife is touching this piece over here, and that the joint piece on the knee, that's made of soft rubbery material. It's not as hard as the pieces, body pieces of the figure. That's hard plastic. But this, that's soft plastic. So later on, I'm already guessing that this figure is going to have a really warped leg, that this leg is going to go this way or going that way after maybe 2 or a year of ownership. And these hands would this elbow is going to be warped too if exposed to heat. or if you display this figure near a window, then you're going to have really soft joints. Soft joints on the elbows, soft joints on the knees. And that's it. So, but overall, if you have a really controlled environment for your display, well, it's still a good looking action figure actually. Maybe the other releases of this figure would be better than the copy that I have, so I wish you luck. And just wait for this figure to really be on shelves in bulk, just like the Shang-Chi wave, which right now they're in really great numbers. So if you want to have a specific figure in mind to really purchase, you could have choices, not just one or two. Because when I bought this figure, I only had this to choose, and that's it. So I'm stuck with this figure. I wasn't able to choose between 3 or 4 Vision figures. I had only had 1, 2 pick before other people picks it for me, and that's it. So still a great looking figure, just take care of the points that I have mentioned. So okay, let's get on to the next review, which is the Scarlet Witch.